Welcome back, everybody. We're all set for tonight's second half of Rage, but since our second half opening match is something a little out of the ordinary, let's find out exactly what the end of last week's card has to do with it, as we take a quick look back at what went down between Herkier and the goofy guru Kaz Manson.
I'll tell you what, Steve. Christy and I were sitting here in absolute shock after what Kaz Manson had done.
You don't intimidate me, Mr. Bohunk. Now, Steve, let me say this to you. You don't want to screw around with destiny, brother. This thing is bigger than me, bigger than you, bigger than the sect. Don't you get in the way. You might get hurt. Maybe your big redhead girlfriend might get hurt, and I don't think you'd want that.
Kaz, you're gonna make me hurt you, brother. And trust me, Dick, I don't need voodoo or boogie men to make it happen. Go near one of mine.
Whoa, Steve. What's he doing?
I believe he's telling Kaz he went too far in threatening DIONE the Titaness. Whoa, look at this! Kaz Manson striking back against Steve Groves. Oh, well, this has just exploded.
Go on, Steve. Break him in half, little son of a...
Thunder of Zeus on Kaz Manson. Kaz Manson getting the life literally strangled out of him. Quickly on the scene, quickly reducing Kaz's plans to nothing. And woohoo! Hurt literally strangling Kaz Manson. And Kaz is gone. He is out to lunch. And Hurt seems quite satisfied with himself. Indeed, Kaz Manson crossing the line, crossing the boss. Don't screw with the Eagles if you don't know how to fly, Christy.
And so we showed you that, to show you this. Straight ahead. Vengeful booking ahead. As my Amazon honey DIONE takes on both Drew Draven and Selena Sheik, the disciples of darkness, and may God have mercy on their souls.
Steve. She's gonna destroy them two lil things.
The following 2-on-1 handicap match, scheduled for one fall, with a 15-minute time limit. Introducing first, from Milan, Italy, standing 6 feet 5 inches, weighing 265 pounds, she is DIONE, the Titaness.
Steve, it's just cruel and unusual punishment. If there's a constitution of pro wrestling, this is a major violation. DIONE has taken on 2 and 3 opponents at the same time, and trashed them. She does it for fun, seriously. You could have just suspended them along with Kaz Manson, you know.
And I've got to tell you, Steve, I love DIONE's t-shirt. Death by Snoo Snoo, what a slogan.
It's true. I could have suspended the whole damn bunch of sectarians we have. But, Christy, Don, let's agree that this right here, gonna be a lot more fun.
Her opponents from Salem, Massachusetts, representing the Sectarians, the team of Drew Draven and Selena Sheik, the Disciples of Darkness.
Drew Draven and Selena Sheik, conspicuous by her absence, Amanda Robinson of the Sectarians, Ethan Valek's valet, who is not here tonight. So it's going to be Drew Draven and Selena Sheik on their own against the 6'5", 265-pound monster that outweighs and outsizes them both.
Please, Don. Beautiful. She's a beautiful monster.
Indeed, I almost feel bad for the disciples.
I don't. Not even a little bit.
All right, well, fans, this may be the closest we ever get to a live televised execution. Tom Canamora rings the bell. Whoa! Gets taken down by DIONE inadvertently. Drew Draven trying to take DIONE down. So far, not... Whoa, what a knee to the skull. A kick to the face. And a spinning heel kick that takes Drew Draven down to the canvas. DIONE the Titaness. Taking on 2 opponents. Each of them about 5 feet 4 inches. Drew Draven whips DIONE into the corner. DIONE quickly out of the corner. Hard Irish whip. Look at this. DIONE gets taken down with a drop toe hold by Drew Draven. Drew Draven with a hard right hand. Finally manages to get DIONE down on the canvas. Rounds her back up again. Oh, shoves quickly across the ring. DIONE has her all the way up and, whoa, drops her stomach right into her knee. DIONE. Now there's Drew Draven up. Look at this. Trying for the suplex, but quickly escaping is Drew Draven. Hard shot to the back. And into a snapmare on DIONE. Delivers a kick to the back. Drew Draven trying her level best to try and weaken DIONE enough for a pinfall or a submission. Here we go. One. But DIONE quickly kicking out of the pin. Drew Draven tags in Selena Sheik as DIONE quickly gets back to her feet. Selena Sheik takes DIONE down. And look at this. Trying for a sharpshooter with those tree trunk legs. Good luck with that one. DIONE the Titaness. Quickly, almost effortlessly, breaking the sharpshooter. Selena Sheik. Squirting DIONE center ring, but DIONE with a hard series of elbows puts some distance between them. Into a dragon sleeper. Selena Sheik quickly counters into another snapmare and another kick to the back. I'll give the Disciples credit. They are working consistently as a team. DIONE quickly takes her down. Round Selena Sheik back up again. Look at this by the throat. What's going to happen here? Oh, quick counter into a roll-up. One. And, whoa, look at this. Counters the pin. DIONE the Titaness. Not playing around with these two. Whoa, inverted atomic drop. Down goes Selena Sheik. DIONE rounds her up again. Oh my, here we go into a bear hug. This could be catastrophic. Drew Draven having to rescue her partner. Being completely ignored by DIONE, focusing her full attention on Selena Sheik. Double axe handle to the back of the head. Selena Sheik doesn't know if she's coming or going. And this ain't going to help. Whoa, look at this. By the throat. A pair of backbreakers and a third choke slam backbreaker if you've ever seen such a thing. DIONE the Titaness. Absolutely amazing. DIONE has Selena up all the way up. Look at this. Into a jackhammer. A beautiful jackhammer. Selena Sheik. Look at this. DIONE putting all of her weight onto the stomach of Selena Sheik, trying to rearrange her guts. DIONE rounds her up. Whoa! Savage chop to the head. DIONE rounds her up again. Oh, here we go. Brain claw. And Selena Sheik could be in big trouble. Drew Draven saving her partner yet again. As DIONE rounds her up one more time, invites her to party, and look at this. Quick fireman's carry from Selena Sheik. You've got to kind of be impressed with that one. Selena Sheik with a snapmare on DIONE. Drew Draven watching her partner work here, trying to gauge if they've actually done any measurable damage to DIONE, who is currently laid out. Here comes Drew Draven on the tag. Perhaps feeling they've got an edge here. Drew Draven tries for a clothesline. It didn't work. Oh, and here we go by the ankles, and here's the whirly gig for DIONE. Drew Draven, hard shot to the midsection. Takes her down, going for a second sharpshooter, much like her partner did. Again, with those thighs, you're not going to do any damage here. DIONE quickly shoves her down. DIONE the Titaness catches another snapmare and another kick to the back. I believe DIONE's starting to get a little bit annoyed by that quick counter from Drew Draven. Rounded up into a bear hug. Oh, we're here. Try and counter this, pal. Ha ha. Oh, Selena Sheik once again saving her partner's bacon. Drew Draven. Oh, a brain claw for her too. Look at the expression of pain. Look at the bulging eyes on the face of Drew Draven. And if it weren't for Selena Sheik, this one might have been over. DIONE seems to be enjoying her little workout here at the expense of the Disciples of Darkness. DIONE stalking Drew. Has her up, and here we go. Another triple choke slam backbreaker from the 6'5" Italian Testarossa. DIONE Absolutely taking her leisure, taking these two apart. Quick fireman's carry from Drew Draven. And despite the, whoa, pretty impressive spine buster. While the Disciples of Darkness have managed to mount some degree of offense, it's been a lot like firing BBs at a battleship. Cover, 1, 2, might be the third pin attempt, the third unsuccessful pin attempt by the Disciples of Darkness. Dione the Titaness whipped into the Disciples' corner. Oh my, this ain't gonna be good, Steve. You might want to close your eyes for this one. As Drew Draven prepares to take Dione for a 10-foot ride from the top turnbuckle, top rope superplex, out onto the floor. And for the first time, starting to see some chinks in the armor of Dione the Titans. Drew Draven rounds Dione up. Pitches her into the ring steps. Now Drew Draven rounds her up yet again. Dione quick with the counter kick to the midsection. Catches her by the throat. Whoa, what a counter from Drew Draven. Look at her talking about, look what I just did. Feeling pretty pleased with herself. Fireman's carry from Dione. Referee's count still in place. Still a 20 count here. Up over the shoulders. Inverted DDT from Drew Draven. Drew Draven rounds Dione up. Dione pitches her halfway across, indicating to the fans that she is perfectly all right, as if to say, as if they could hurt me. Rounds Drew Draven up. Drew Draven with another quick counter. Standing dropkick takes Dione down. And Drew Draven rounds up Dione the Titaness, pitches her towards the barricades, looking pretty pleased with herself. But so far, the offense mounted between the two Disciples of Darkness against Dione have been fairly ineffective. It's been rolling a stone uphill all the way for the Disciples. Dione pitched across towards the barricades yet again. Drew Draven gets rounded up. 19. This one almost ended on a countout if Dione hadn't made it back inside. Here comes Selena Sheik on the tag. Dione inviting her in. Come on. Standing dropkick takes Dione down. Hard stomp to the midsection. Dione quickly back up on her feet. As Selena Sheik up into the bear hug. But Selena Sheik, wise to this trick at this point, finds her way out of the submission hold. They tussle and whoa, Selena Sheik shoved halfway across town. From behind goes Selena Sheik. Quick shot to the back of the head from Dione. Look at this, what we got here. Whoa! Look at this. A pump handle suplex. And a second. Dione the Titaness having herself a grand old time here with Selena Sheik. A third one. And her chiropractic bill is going to be astronomical. Whoa, here we go. Hard slam. Whoa, double choke slam from Dione the Titaness. And forget about your vertebrae. They are gone, gone, gone. Dione the Titaness having herself a great old time here at the expense of the Disciples of Darkness. Quick kick to the midsection from Selena Sheik. Running out forearm takes her down. Look at this, Selena Sheik clutching her stomach. She's in a lot of pain. Drew Draven in on the tag. Whoa! Dione quickly taking her down a couple of times. Into a tilt-a-whirl slam. Whoa! Dione the Titaness on all kinds of fire here. Drew Draven whips her into the corner. Oh my. Whoa, Steve, you might want to close your eyes for this one. Dione the Titaness about to take a 10-foot ride top to bottom. Top rope superplex. And the Disciples of Darkness definitely feeling pleased with themselves. This is the second time this has been done to Dione. Dione, look at this with a quick jab. But quickly countered by her opponent. Pitch back into the ring. Dione finds her way back inside. Doing a little showing off for the fans. The big 6'5" Italian Testarossa just having herself a grand old time. Selena Sheik watching her partner get manhandled here. Drew Draven all the way up. Look at this right here. Whoa, jackhammer center ring. Kick to the midsection. A headbutt. Woohoo! All the way up, but quickly. Drew Draven finding her way out of that one and into a pretty solid DDT. And Drew Draven goes for a cover here. 1, 2, but no. DIONE the Titaness still in the game here. Drew Draven rounds her up, escorting DIONE to the Disciples' corner, head first into the turnbuckle. And here we go, another DDT from Drew Draven. DIONE getting back to her feet here. Neck breaker drop. Drew Draven really starting to mount the offense here. As Drew Draven rounds DIONE up again, clothesline, and another. DIONE taken down with a kick. Drew Draven going for yet another cover. 1, 2. The Disciples realize a defeat of DIONE the Titaness would really put them on the map. But so far, doesn't look like it's going to happen for them. At this point, we'll probably get a time limit draw with just about 2 minutes and change left. Spine buster from Drew Draven. Drew Draven again going for a cover. 1, 2, but only a 2. Uh-oh, DIONE, did you see the way she stood up? This ain't gonna be good. Drew Draven counters the bear hug. Drew Draven rounding DIONE up and into a drop toe hold and into a submission here. Drew Draven really feeling like she's got something going here, feeling supremely confident. DIONE the Titaness. Oh, here we go quickly. Out of that submission hold, back to her feet. DIONE with a kick to the midsection. Has her up. Whoa, look at this. Thunder of Zeus. You taught her that trick, Steve. And oh my. That is bad news for the Disciples of Darkness. Drew Draven quick with a counter kick. Whoa, did you see that arm drag? DIONE the Titaness just enjoying herself in the sandbox here with the Disciples of Darkness. Another quick counter from Drew Draven. Up over the shoulders goes Drew. DIONE hangs her off the top rope. Rounds her up yet again. Whoa, quick hard shot. Oh, look at this. DIONE rounds her up. Power bomb, pinning power bomb. 1, 2. And on second thought, DIONE says, here, let me turn this into a submission. And she is stretching Drew Draven. And that is it. Drew Draven has tapped out with less than 30 seconds to go. DIONE wins the handicap match by submission.
Here is the time, 14 minutes and 32 seconds. Your winner by submission, DIONE, the Titaness.
Well, I'd say the fans certainly got their money's worth with this match. 28 seconds left on the clock, with the Disciples probably praying for the time limit draw. But once DIONE tried to fold Drew Draven in half, well then, that was it. End of the drama. Crying for her mama, and a submission win for my big bad boo. Was there ever any doubt?
What can I say? But thanks, Big Herc, because that was a satisfying bit of entertainment right there.
So Big Bad DIONE milks the time limit on this handicap match and winds up defeating the Disciples of Darkness by tap out. We'll be back with more RWL Rage right after this, so don't you go away.
This October, one man threatens to plunge the entire universe into darkness. Behind him an army, a cult of mindless but dedicated soldiers. On the other side, a coalition of the willing, ready to stand up and fight against this unspoken evil. Who will prevail? Find out at RWL Halloween Brawl this Wednesday, October the 30th.
All right, up next, for the first time in a long time, American Supreme Matt Clark of the Southern Gentlemen, one half of the RWL TV Tag Champions, going on his own in one-on-one competition for the first time in a while against Bruiser Brody.
Our next match, scheduled for one fall with a 15-minute time limit. Approaching the ring at this time, from Santa Fe, New Mexico, weighing 312 pounds, here is Bruiser. Brody.
Well, here we go, the former No Rules champion Bruiser Brody, set to go one-on-one with American Supreme in a match that's going to be one for the book, Steve.
Guys think maybe Bruiser Brody will ever go after Jake the Snake Roberts for the No Rules belt again? I was just wondering about that, since Jake is the top star in that division now.
Well, Brody hasn't said, and I haven't asked, but we're less than 3 months away from Memphis Million, and anything can happen between now and then.
His opponent, accompanied by Crystal Gabor, from Smithfield, North Carolina, weighing 265 pounds, he is one half of the RWL TV Tag Champions, American Supreme, Matt Clark.
Can't even begin to tell you what it meant to me. When Matt Clark and Rod Whitley came to sign with Rage in late September, right after the brand split was announced, they remembered all the time we worked together during those horrible Scott Bell years. And I guess, I can't forget those times either. I'm really glad to have the Southern Gentleman on Rage.
It has been some time since Matt Clark competed in a one-on-one. And, well, what a tall order against Bruiser Brody. Referee Walt Rothburn sounds the bell. Matt Clark charges, collides with Brody. Brody locks up, kick to the midsection from Clark. Running clothesline from American Supreme. Rounds up Brody, knee to the skull. Down goes Bruiser Brody again. American Supreme. Twisting the arm of Bruiser Brody, delivers a stomp to the shoulder. Matt Clark all the way up to the top rope here. Bruiser Brody laid out. Whoa, what a leg drop right there for American Supreme. Matt Clark, former Triple Crowner, former multi-time World Heavyweight Champion in RWL, former Tag Team Champion, former International Champion. And Matt Clark has just about done it all in RWL. Brody, kick to the head for Matt Clark, misses with the stomp. Bruiser Brody locks up American Supreme, drives a knee into his head, drives an elbow into the leg. And Bruiser Brody, look at this, just using American Supreme as a welcome mat. Brody, hard right hand, spins Clark around, and into a trap squeeze. Matt Clark in trouble, the blood being blocked, the blood flow to the brain being blocked here. Matt Clark falls slack. Quickly trying to get back to his feet, but no good. Bruiser Brody delivering a headbutt. Matt Clark again struggling to get to his feet, and a driving knee to the skull from Bruiser Brody. Matt Clark having his troubles here, quickly back to his feet. Hard right hand. Another, and another, and another. My goodness, look at this. Gut wrench suplex, middle of the ring for Bruiser Brody. Matt Clark picks himself all the way up to the top turnbuckle. Brody on the outside. Here we go. Whoa! Diving elbow across the top of Brody's head. Matt Clark draws a knee into the face of Bruiser Brody. Forehead is now bleeding. Backbreaker from American Supreme. Brody struggling to get back to his feet. Hard right hand, and another, and another, and a, oh my, look at that. Double shot to the midsection, rolls Brody back into the ring. Clark follows him on in himself. Oh, rolling elbow to the lower back of Bruiser Brody. American Supreme drops an elbow into the forehead of Bruiser Brody, which is already damaged and bleeding. Look at this. Whoa, what a beautiful suplex right there from American Supreme. And he is charged. Look at this. Matt Clark gathers up Brody. Brody sweeps the leg, takes him down. Kick to the head. Clark back to his... Whoa, quickly taken down by Bruiser Brody. Proceeds to go to work. But Matt Clark counters with a kick to the head. Brody with a headbutt. Whoa, takes him down one more time. Now big bad Bruiser Brody taking himself up to the top rope here. Matt Clark in some serious jeopardy here. Drives a knee into the chest of American Supreme. The former No Rules champion attempting to impose his will on the former World Heavyweight champion. What a match we've got here on Rage right now. Brody, leg scissor stomp, takes Matt Clark right back down to the canvas again. Look at this, a stomp to the lower abdomen. I do mean lower. Matt Clark on the outside of the ring, perhaps gauging what he needs to do to put Brody down here. Brody takes him down with a running tackle. Brody, whoa, catches a jumping elbow from American Supreme. He needs to step out and regroup for a moment. Matt Clark warming up this lively crowd in Berlin. Whoa, should have watched his back. Running clothesline from Bruiser Brody. Brody with some overhand rights. Has Clark up over the shoulders, but mumbo jumbo. Look at this. Matt Clark turns it into a DDT. American Supreme catches a shot to the midsection. Clark whipped to the ropes. Brody collides with him and nothing happens. They lock up again. Matt Clark up over the shoulders of Bruiser Brody, but Matt Clark responding with elbows to the side of Brody's head. Locks Brody up instead. Has him up. Backbreaker. Right across the back. Matt Clark rounds him up again. Here we go. What are we going to see here? Look at this. Small package. 1, 2, 3. I do not believe it. Matt Clark wins this one by pinfall in basically record time.
The time was 4 minutes and 43 seconds. Your winner by pinfall, American Supreme, Matt Clark.
Okay, now even I wasn't expecting that. Looks like Matt hasn't forgotten how, even if he hasn't done it for a while. Astounding. Takes Brody down in under 5 minutes, without a chair or a bat or anything. I'm telling you now. Mark it down. Make a note. That man is gonna be World Heavyweight Champion again.
More RWL Rage when we return. Up next, Legends Tag Action with Kevin Nash and Scott Hall, the Outsiders, set to go up against the pistol hot pairing of Handsome Harley Race and Jerry Lawler, the Two Kings.
The following tag team contest is scheduled for one fall with a 20-minute time limit. Introducing first, at a combined weight of 615 pounds, the team of Kevin Nash and Scott Hall, the Outsiders.
Who? Hall and Nash are definitely going to be in for a tough one tonight against the Two Kings. Lawler and Race were dominating before the brand split, and now as part of Rage, there's so many teams the Two Kings haven't faced yet, and the Outsiders is one of those teams. Who do you like here, Big Herc?
While I'm favoring Race and Lawler, you can't ignore the former NWO guys and their ability to pull off an upset. So the Two Kings really gonna have to apply themselves and stick with the game plan they've devised for this match, and hope Hall and Nash don't find a way around that game plan.
Sounds like a reasonably fair assessment, Steve. Of course, Jerry the King Lawler and King Harley Race have indeed been pistol hot since they made their debut earlier over the summer.
And they did beat some big name teams over the Sweet Revenge tour. They have had a few weeks off, thanks to the brand split.
Their opponents at a combined weight of 504 pounds, the team of Harley Race and Jerry Lawler, the Two Kings.
And indeed, fans with their eyes on the Two Kings, Lawler and Race, believing that they may have what it takes to become new RWL Legends Tag Team Champions.
Seems like Dusty Rhodes and Magnum TA have taken firm hold of the belts, with no one so far unable to take them down. But a lot of fans think the Two Kings could be the team that shakes up the division this fall, and while that could happen, we'll just have to wait and see.
Well, for now, let's see if the Two Kings can shake up the Outsiders in this tag team matchup. Harley Race and Kevin Nash starting this one off. Referee Willie Johnson rings the bell. Nash with a couple of hard rights. Harley Race locks him up, but no good. Kevin Nash escorts Harley Race head first into the turnbuckle. Has him up over the shoulder. Look at this. Right into the buckle again. Harley Race. Whoa, with a kick. Down goes Harley Race. Kevin Nash with the pin 1. A pretty quick pin. But no, whoa, another savage kick to the head of Harley Race. Follows it up with an overhand right. Kevin Nash catches an elbow to the head. And whoa, Harley Race retaliates with a kick of his own. Harley Race. Spinning neck breaker. Swing ding neck breaker on Kevin Nash. Harley Race locks him up. Knee to the head right there. And into a blatant choke. No apology whatsoever from Harley Race. Kevin Nash catches a left and a right. Now another left to the midsection. A hard right to the head. And in comes Jerry the King Lawler. The King picks up right where Race left off. Hard right hand to the head. And hit first into the buckle for Nash. Another right from the King. And down goes Kevin Nash. And in comes Harley Race again on the tag. The two Kings functioning like a well-oiled machine here. Harley Race all the way up to the top. Kevin Nash slowly rising to his feet. And here comes Harley Race. Double axe handle across the head of Kevin Nash. Harley Race going for the cover. 1 and only a 1. Nash quickly out of the pin. Now crawling his way to his corner, trying to reach Scott Hall, and he does. Here comes Scott Hall, the bad guy. Whoa! DDT right to the skull, followed up by a basement drop kick. As Scott Hall quickly goes for the cover. 1 and only a 1. Harley Race still quite active. Scott Hall scores Harley to the corner, head first into the buckle. And here we go, Harley Race out of the corner. Here comes Scott Hall. Whoa! What an off-the-rope DDT. And Scott Hall doing a little showing off for the fans here. Hard stomp to the arm of Harley Race. And into a blatant choke of his own. There will be no politeness in this match. They lock up. Harley Race whipped to the outsider's corner. Scott Hall going to field this one himself. Head first into the buckle goes Harley Race. And a hard slap across the chest. And whoa, look at Scott Hall go. Going right for the throat of Harley Race. As if he could possibly even deny it. Scott Hall, unaware that Jerry the King Lawler just made the tag in. Here he comes, shoulder tackle, takes the King down pretty quickly. And resumes his attack from Harley Race right on Jerry Lawler. The King getting his hands stomped at the hands of Scott Hall. Scott Hall really applying the boots to the arms of Jerry the King Lawler. Right into the fingers, right into the phalanges, the bones, the ligaments in the hand. Taking a heap of punches. Scott Hall absolutely relentless. Working on the King's arms here. Scott Hall looking supremely confident at the moment. Scott Hall goes for the cover. 1. Again, only a 1. Jerry Lawler finding his way out, takes himself to the outside for just a hot second as Scott Hall gets tagged by Harley Race. And here comes the King. Whoa, beautiful crossbody from Jerry Lawler. Scott Hall crawling his way to his team's corner. Here comes Kevin Nash on the tag. Nash running clothesline. Takes the King down. Nash misses with a beautiful leap, but empty air. Hard right hand from the King. Dribbling Kevin Nash's head like a basketball. The King gathering up Kevin Nash. Sets him up. Oh, counters the Irish whip. Kevin Nash ducks under. Here comes Lawler. Boot to the face. And down goes the King. The King counters with a dragon screw. Now it's Nash on the receiving end. Lawler whips Nash to his team's corner. And here comes handsome Harley Race. Impending double team here. Cross body by Harley Race on Kevin Nash. Harley Race with a driving knee to the head of Kevin Nash, followed up by a kick to the chest. Here comes Jerry Lawler again. A tag early, tag off in principle. So crucial in tag team wrestling. Being administered here to perfection by Lawler and Race. 1, 2. Kevin Nash powering out of the pin. Lawler with another crossbody. Not one, but two. Jerry the King Lawler tags in King Harley Race. Kevin Nash catches a shoulder in the back. Now Harley Race working on the legs of Kevin Nash. Kevin Nash counters quickly back to his feet. Locks up with Harley Race. Woohoo! What a gut-wrench slam right there. And in comes Scott Hall. Kevin Nash catches the DDT from Hall. Look at this here. What are we going to see? It's an abdominal stretch. A modified abdominal stretch, and Harley Race trying to resist this one. Comes out of it with a hip toss. Scott Hall laid out. Here comes Harley Race, gouging the face of Scott Hall. Harley Race resumes his attack. Goes into a heel hook stretch on Hall. Kevin Nash watching his partner. Knows he'll have to intervene if necessary. Harley Race with a couple of lefts. And whoa, what a left right there. Took Scott Hall right down. Here comes Jerry Lawler on the tag. Scott Hall with a sidewalk slam on the King. Oh, look at this, by the throat. Jerry Lawler slammed. A choke slam. As Scott Hall goes for the cover. 1, 2, and just about a 2 with Jerry Lawler raising that left shoulder up just in time. And here comes Kevin Nash on the tag. Jerry Lawler making his way. Oh, basement dropkick. Takes the King right back down. Nash rounds him up, hard right hand, turns him around. Has him up on another sidewalk slam, this one with a pin. But Harley Race, right there to prevent it, doesn't even get a 1. Here comes Scott Hall on the tag. Jerry Lawler on the outside. Here comes Kevin Nash right after Harley Race here. Brings him in, draped over the top rope, and woo, overhand right. Jerry Lawler back to his feet. Brings himself in. Scott Hall on the tag, but Lawler quick with the counter. A throat chop. But whoa, look at that. Out onto the floor over the top rope goes Jerry Lawler and Harley Race. In some serious trouble here. Hard shot from Scott Hall. Harley Race not even a legal man. Pulled right into the referee. Goes Harley Race. Hard right, spinning right. And now Jerry Lawler taking advantage. Goes after both Hall and Nash and puts them both out. Pretty impressive stuff from Jerry the King Lawler. Now Lawler going to work on Scott Hall. A series of shots and a headlock punch. From behind goes Jerry Lawler. The King has him up. Scott Hall quick with the counter and a chop block to the back of the leg. Scott Hall really showing off this evening for the crowd here in Berlin, Germany. Hard shot from Jerry the King Lawler and a beautiful standing drop kick. Absolutely beautiful. And Jerry Lawler beginning to work on the limbs. As Scott Hall steps away and in comes Harley Race. Let's see what Harley does here. Whoa! Quickly taken down by Scott Hall. Quickly going for another cover. 1, 2, but no. Harley Race. Oh, look at this. Scott Hall getting a little greedy, going after Jerry Lawler as well. Might have been a mistake. Hall whipped to the far corner. Harley Race has him up. Scoop slam. Beautifully done. Harley Race up on the middle rope. Here we go. Beautiful headbutt. Harley Race going for the cover. 1, 2. Whoa, whoa, oh, that was very, very close. Scott Hall still pretty active. Harley Race With Scott Hall to the corner. Quickly out of the corner is Scott Hall. Oh, here we go. The Razor's Edge for Harley Race. But no, look at this. Harley Race quickly out of that move and whips Scott Hall into the corner. Here comes Jerry the King Lawler. And business looks like it might have just picked up. Lawler with a shoulder tackle. Air assisted off the top rope. The King looking for a little approval from the crowd. Kick to the head from Scott Hall. Another from Jerry Lawler. Follows it up with a stomp. Rolling elbow to the back. Jerry the King Lawler climbing his way up to the top turnbuckle. Scott Hall laid out center ring. Might see that famous fist drop here. But no, Lawler changing his mind. Decides to whip a stunned Scott Hall into the ropes and a back body drop. And a quick cover from the King. One. But no. Scott Hall managing to break the pin. Here comes Harley Race on the tag. Might have better luck. Harley Race with a hard overhand right to Scott Hall. Goes and gathers him up. Another hard right that takes him right down to the canvas. Now Harley Race stalking Scott Hall right here. Could be sensing victory. Look at this. Whoa, what a beautiful suplex with a bridge right there. But no, Kevin Nash breaking up the pin before even a one. Look at this, a cute little blind tag for Jerry the King Lawler. He wasn't expecting it, but here we go. The King goes after Kevin Nash. Gets countered. Harley Race on the outside with Scott Hall. Jerry Lawler with a drop kick on Kevin Nash. Takes him down to the floor. Scott Hall laid out center ring. And here comes the King. Here comes Harley Race on the tag. And some Harley Race moves in on Scott Hall. Scott Hall quick with the counter to the midsection. Whips Harley Race to the ropes. Ducks under. And a back body drop for King Harley Race. So far this match shaping up to be pretty much a stalemate between the two Kings and the outsiders. Scott Hall once again putting the boots to the hands and fingers of his opponent. Harley Race in a lot of pain here, but Scott Hall definitely looking the better of these two right at the moment. Locks up. Harley Race whipped to the far corner, the outsider's corner. And Scott Hall with a savage chop to the chest. Down goes Harley Race. And right up to the throat again. Harley Race gasping for air and bleeding. He's in bad shape. Here comes Kevin Nash on the tag. Harley Race trying to make his way up to his feet. Kevin Nash has him up. Oh, tossed him against the rope. Goes for the cover. 1, 2, no. Again, Harley Race refusing to submit here. Harley Race rolls himself out of the ring for a moment, brings himself back inside. Kevin Nash waiting for him. Nash whipped to the corner. Kick, a savage kick, and look at this, raking the face of Kevin Nash against the ropes. Here comes Jerry the King Lawler. This match has, whoa, what a knee right there from the King. Look at this. 1, 2, and Kevin Nash one more time fighting his way out of a potential disaster. Lawler whips Nash to his team's corner. The King decides he's going to beat a tattoo on the head of Kevin Nash with that turnbuckle. Kevin Nash says, oh no you don't. Slams Lawler's head into the buckle. Double axe handle from behind by Kevin Nash. Now Lawler laid out. Kevin Nash moving in on Jerry the King Lawler, and here we go. The jackknife powerbomb of Kevin Nash. Boom. And now Nash quickly going for a cover. This could be the end. 1, 2. No, I don't believe King Jerry the King Lawler putting up some serious resistance here. Harley Race brought in the hard way by Kevin Nash. And here comes Scott Hall on the tag. Frustration beginning to set in for both these teams. Harley Race absolutely out of it. He is stunned. And whoa, fall away slam by Scott Hall on the King. Harley Race unable to bring himself out of it here. And that could be catastrophic. As Scott Hall sets up the razor's edge on Jerry Lawler. Gets it executed. Scott Hall going for the cover. 1, 2, and it is too late for Harley Race to save this one.
The time, 15 minutes and 22 seconds. Your winners by pinfall, Kevin Nash and Scott Hall, the Outsiders.
All right, well, the two kings dropping a heartbreaker here. Hall and Nash in a long, protracted battle that saw both of these teams really take a beating. But in the end, Hall and Nash walking away with this win by pinfall, with Scott Hall laying out the razor's edge on Jerry the King Lawler. We'll be back with our main event right after this break. And in tonight's main event, the RWL International Championship on the line, as Big Jake Blackwell, accompanied by Sylvia Strong, defends the RWL International Championship against Curt Hennig, Mr. Perfect. The irrepressible Bobby Heenan accompanying Curt Hennig, Mr. Perfect, to ringside for this International Championship match with Big Jake Blackwell. And Mr. Perfect, no stranger to championship gold, and certainly presenting a valid challenge to Big Jake Blackwell.
Yeah, he does present a legit challenge to Blackwell, but Jake has held on through some pretty tough opponents, and he's still at the top of the mountain and still sporting the international title. On behalf of the Stronghold, just one of the many titles held within Sylvia's fairly amazing stable of stars.
Sylvia is always a little on edge when it's a singles title at stake. The Psychedelics and the Originals have the tag team division pretty much all to themselves, but with Jake and Stefan Von Berger and their respective singles championships, it's always a little touch and go for Annie Sylvie.
I think singles title insecurity within the Stronghold became a problem after Gary Galaxy dropped the small television title to Tony Dangerous a month ago. The charismatic, the colorful, the slightly crazy Sylvia Strong, manageress of the year last year, accompanying Big Jake Blackwell, the international champion, to ringside for this main event matchup with Mr. Perfect.
Man, I remember when Jake first got here in 2014, and Too Short Popeye Scott Bell tried to make him his gopher. Remember how bad Jake hated his ass Steve? His very first match in RWL was to win his freedom from Too Short.
And after winning his freedom and following a short stint in the broadcast booth, Sylvia Strong adopted the man of the people, Big Jake Blackwell, as one of her own, sided him with Stefan Von Berger as part of the Insiders, and it has been a meteoric rise ever since.
The following contest is for the RWL International Championship. It's scheduled for one fall with a 15-minute time limit. Introducing first the challenger, accompanied by Bobby the Brain Heenan, from Robbinsdale, Minnesota, weighing 232 pounds. He is Mr. Perfect, Curt Hennig. And, accompanied by Sylvia Strong, from New York City, weighing 286 pounds. He is the reigning RWL International Champion, Big Jake Blackwell.
Always an exciting moment with the championship on the line in the main event. Curt Hennig, Jake Blackwell, all set to go here. Walt Rothburn rings the bell. Curt Hennig charges, running clothesline, takes Blackwell down into the corner. And now Curt Hennig putting the boots to the face of Big Jake Blackwell. Follows it up with a stomp. And here we go, Mr. Perfect into a heel hook stretch as Bobby the Brain Heenan salivates at the thought of gaining the RWL International title for the Heenan family. Mr. Perfect Twisting the arm of Jake Blackwell, follows it up with a stomp to the shoulder. Curt Hennig beginning to stretch the arms of Big Jake Blackwell. Mr. Perfect with a flip over neck whip. Sylvia Strong looking a bit concerned at the moment as Big Jake Blackwell catches an elbow from Mr. Perfect off the top rope. Perfect goes for the cover. 1, 2, and barely a 1. Curt Hennig getting very aggressively in this title matchup, not surprising at all. Kick to the midsection to Jake Blackwell. Oh, tried for the drop toe hold, but Jake Blackwell with a wicked kick to the head takes him down, overhand right to Mr. Perfect. Now it's Mr. Perfect on the receiving end from the international champion. Blackwell misses with the stomp. Curt Hennig counters. They lock up. Curt Hennig whipped to the ropes. Head-on collision with no result. Knee to the midsection from Blackwell. Big Jake with Mr. Perfect up over the shoulders, but Mr. Perfect finding his way out of that spot right away. Hard right that stunned Big Jake Blackwell. And another and a series of rights. And now a drop toe hold. A nice takedown from Mr. Perfect, who also would like very much to be RWL International Champion. Mr. Perfect with the drop toe hold and a leg stretch for Jake Blackwell. Curt Hennig making his way to the second rope as Blackwell comes up. Double axe handle, didn't even see it coming. 1, 2, no. Big Jake Blackwell getting the shoulder up. Curt Hennig with a nasty shot and another. A left that gets blocked by Blackwell. Big Jake with Mr. Perfect up over the shoulders, hangs him off the top rope. Big Jake Blackwell with Mr. Perfect down in the middle of the ring. He's going to try and go to work. Misses with the jumping neckbreaker. Mr. Perfect takes advantage of that situation, begins stretching the arms of Blackwell again. Big Jake locks it up with Curt Hennig. Has him up over the shoulder again. This time drops him headfirst into the turnbuckle. And Jake Blackwell determined to hang on to that international championship for the stronghold. Wrap around DDT from Mr. Perfect. Oh, Mr. Perfect catches a counter from Jake Blackwell. Jake is Perfect up over the shoulders, hangs him off the top rope yet again. Sylvia Strong loving what she's seeing at the moment. Big Jake with a headbutt takes Mr. Perfect down to the canvas again. Blackwell drives an elbow into the leg of Mr. Perfect. Blackwell now putting the emphasis on the legs of Mr. Perfect. Here he goes, charges, and whoa, a 286-pound splash right into the chest of Mr. Perfect. Jake drives an elbow, rounds Mr. Perfect up yet again. Mr. Perfect quick with the counter here, and Jake with a counter and a headbutt takes Mr. Perfect right back down. Jawbreaker from Mr. Perfect. Knee to the midsection from Jake. Kick to the midsection from Perfect. Perfect takes him down. And here we go. Into a little surfboard stretch right here with a stomp to the back of the head. And Mr. Perfect rolls him over, goes for the cover. Here we go. 1, 2. 1 count away from the new international champion. And Mr. Perfect can almost taste it. And here we go again. Into a submission, stretching the legs of Big Jake Blackwell. Can't reach the ropes. But look at this, Jake powering out somehow. Back to his feet. Charges with a clothesline, takes Mr. Perfect down to the canvas. Another rolling elbow into the chest. And Bobby Heenan finally gets tired of the punishment, sees what's going on, puts a chair into the ring, hoping Mr. Perfect can put that to use. Big Jake Blackwell continuing to work on Mr. Perfect as the referee disposes. Oh, here we go, Bobby the Brain Heenan getting himself involved in the situation, trying to distract Blackwell. Here comes Mr. Perfect, takes him down. And the distraction absolutely working this time. Mr. Perfect rounds up Jake Blackwell. Takes him down with that drop toe hold and that leg submission again. Blackwell reaching for the ropes, but there's nowhere to go. He's going to have to get off the hard way. Hard shots to the head of Mr. Perfect. And he separates himself from Perfect. Here we go. Whoa, jumping neck breaker from Jake Blackwell. Goes for the cover here. 1, 2, 3, and another quick win as Big Jake Blackwell retains the International Championship.
The time, 5 minutes and 57 seconds. Your winner by pinfall, Big Jake Blackwell.
I think both Jake Blackwell and Sylvia Strong will sleep well tonight following this win over Mr. Perfect, secure in the knowledge that the International Championship ain't going anywhere.
Mr. Perfect really tried to tighten the screws on Big Jake Blackwell this evening, but it was to no avail as Big Jake Blackwell wraps this one up pretty quickly to retain the RWL International Championship. Well, that about does it for this week's edition of RWL Rage. We thank you, as always, for joining us, and we hope that you'll join us this Saturday for RWL Snarl, and we remind you that this Wednesday night, October 16th, join us for the premiere of RWL Late Night. That is going to be something special right there. For all of us here at RWL, my name is Don Hickson, thanking you very kindly for your time, and we will see you at ringside next time. Good night, everybody.
This Wednesday night, catch the premiere of RWL Late Night. Join Tex Lynch and RWL Light Heavyweight Champion Sir Reggie Smythe for an hour's worth of wrestling action, featuring stars of both Snarl and Rage. The action will be freewheeling, and the excitement is guaranteed. So check out the premiere of RWL Late Night this Wednesday, October 16th, right here on the RWL YouTube channel.